Hello everyone, Mainland Studios here, and today we're going to be continuing with part 2 of the rigging tutorials. Sorry, this one has taken quite a long time to do. I've just been busy with other things, so let's get started. So here we have Percy's bogie. This is from an old model of mine. I'm still reworking a new model, so I don't really have a new bogie to work with. So we're just going to be using this old one for now. So like we learned in the Thomas tutorial, we want to make sure we have our lattices set up. So we'll have a lattice on the spawn point, and we will just call that b.r.main. And then for this wheel here, we will just do Shift S, cursor to selected, spawn another lattice, scale up so it's the size of the wheel, and then b.r.wheel2. And then we will go down to our timeline. We will just change it to 30, so it's 30-second animation, or 30-frame animation, my mistake. And then on here in rotation, we just click I, and that usually sets it for us. That kind of tells us that our start point is at 0. Press the skip button down below, and that takes us to frame 30. And we just want to type in 360 on the x-axis, and then press I again, and then that will give us our running animation. But as you can see, it starts off slow and then picks up speed and then slows down again. So we just want to go to Graph Editor, press T, and then click on Linear here. And then when we go back, we'll see that it's just one continuous spinning animation. So then we just parent the wheel to that. And then we will just move the lattice over there. And we will parent it to that one. And we will just call this b.r.wheel1. So now those wheels are spinning freely. And as you can see, these things move. It's quite fun indeed. And then we're gonna spawn another one, and we're just gonna move that to where the side rods are. I usually put this one at the front because it makes it easier to remember which one is which. Gonna go to our object constraint and limit rotation and click limit X so it doesn't turn on the X-axis. Gonna parent the side rod, the regular side rod, to this one, and then we're going to parent that side rod to the wheel.1 lattice, and then for this one we're just going to call it b.r.side rod. So when the animation plays, that follows it, and it's all fun. It's all fun and games. For this one over here, we just want to spawn another lattice. And then we're going to place that there. And then we're just going to clone that lattice and move it up to this one here. Clone it again with Shift D, and we're just going to make it a little bit smaller so we can tell which one is which. And then I'm just going to move these out a little bit. Right, so this, these bogies and like bigger engine ones use something that I call the 3-point lattice. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. So what we want to do is we want to do Shift A and then select armature and single bone. Now this is a single bone, kind of looks like a little squished pyramid with 2 balls on top. What we want to do with that is we want to go into edit mode, stretch up so it makes it bigger, press E, and then move it on the Y-axis so it makes a 1, 2, 3 point bone. We want to select our first lattice over here and do Shift S, and we want to do cursor to selected. So now the cursor moves to that one. So when we go into edit mode of the bone, we can just do Shift S, selection to cursor, and then repeat the step for the other 2 over here. For the third bone, we just want to drag that down a bit so it makes the ball a little bit bigger. And then we have it. There's the first bone that we will need to rig the bogie. So we want to go down to where it says object mode, click that and go into pose mode. I want to select this bone here, and we want to click on the bone and the chain icon up here, which is our bone constraints. And we just want to select inverse schematics, and we just want to click on the little pipette icon, and then select that lattice there. So if you move that lattice, the bone follows it from this point here. So it does all this. The 2 lattices here, we want to select the big one first, and we're just going to do copy location. And then we're just going to click, and then we're going to choose target and then armature, and then choose the bone here and do bone 1. So now if we move that one, we can see that the bone, the lattice follows the bone. So it does that. Then for the small one, we want to do copy location and copy rotation. Choose armature, bone 1, armature, bone 1. So as you can see, that's now tilted. So now what we want to do is we want to choose the tilted side rod and parent it to the tilted lattice with Control P. And then the piston here, we're just going to Control P and parent it to the bigger lattice that stays straight. And then if I come out of that and play the animation, what we need to do is we need to parent this one to that lattice there. And if I play the animation, you can see that the side rods now follow it. But as you can see, it's bouncing over here. It's not really staying straight. With an easy fix, we just go into edit mode, select the ball that's furthest to the bottom, and we just drag it down. We just make the big ball, we make the top ball as big as we can, and there we go. It's straightened out so it doesn't bounce around anymore. And that's literally it. That's literally how you rig the Percy style bogie. And you know, a lot of characters use this, like Harvey, Lexi, a couple more that I can name but I can't think off the top of my head. A lot of Scarlowy engines use these, so that'll be really easy for those. And to label them, I call this one B.R.con rod, so that's short for connecting rod. The big one, call that B.R.piston. And then for this one, I do B.R.cr, which is a shorter version for conrod. And then we just make sure that everything is parented. So if I move that wheel, then all of that follows. We want to make sure these two are parented to the big one here, which is B.R.main. And then I usually include my cylinders in with my bogies. So then if in trains it like moves around, the cylinders and the cylinder guides follow it too. So it should kind of do this. And there we have it. That is literally how you rig a Percy style bogie. So thank you all for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment below, and I will try to answer them if I can. And part 3 should be coming very soon, where we will learn how to rig Henry and Gordon's side rods. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.